I'm playing Alistar. Um, this was picked as a counter to Braum, and I didn't want this. I originally wanted either Senna or um Bard.
Okay.
Uh, but that team doesn't like Bard and thought we needed more engage. But this is what they came up with.
What's wrong with Bard Engage?
They don't trust it.
Okay.
I think they think it's too flippy.
All right. So I'm going to open up our tab here. Just the Google Doc that we've created in the past whenever we go down from sessions, and we'll just go down from there just so you have reference of it. And I'm just going to record this session just in case we find some juicy stuff that we want to put on the YouTube.
Okay.
So we're going to go May 10th session, and we're going Alistar versus Bromvod. Did you want to talk about the solo queue stuff first or after the VOD?
After the VOD.
Okay, cool. So you wanted a different pick into Braum. Like typically Braum sucks into almost all range champions.
That's what I thought,
And I
yeah.
think that's also a time, because I know you're a bit of a Thresh player. I think that's also an option to play Thresh, because I think that's one of the good matchups.
Yeah.
Engage options into Braum. Rakan is, I think, the premier champion into Braum, and the reason for this is Braum can never hold Rakan down. Like you eat a tag and you just have so many dashes, you're not going to actually eat the stun, right?
Hmm.
Um, what else would I play into Braum? If you want engage, you can play like Maokai support into Braum, because Braum's laning is not so good that you can't get away with picking something greedy like Maokai. And then, like I said, Thresh.
Okay.
And then anything ranged would have been great as well.
Oh,
But those are the lowest.
Makai was another one that I said, and
Yeah, I
it
think that would have
was
been really good this game.
it was so no.
Okay, so yeah, you can play out the footage. Let's just double check your runes. Just hit the little arrow there for me next to your move speed.
Right here.
Yeah. Looks okay. I think the secondaries need a little bit of work.
Okay.
Because it's very important to min max your runes, in my opinion. So let's go runes and
Can I
max.
ask you a question about this?
Yeah,
Like the revitalize, whenever I heal, um doesn't it work with revitalize?
it does. But when you like the math on it, because you're essentially just playing a math equation, the math on it
Okay.
does not amount to enough. And the reason the stat will lie to you is because when you're healing in Fountain, Revitalize is working, right? So
Really?
at the end of the game, when you see these revitalized numbers, you're like, oh fuck, like yeah, this healed me for a whole lot. Like my passive's working and health potions and all the healing you're going to be doing, all that stuff. But it's kind of lying to you because you're healing in the fountain faster, right?
Oh.
So the math behind it is not great. Alistar basically has two rune pages. He almost always has to go set runes because he has such big like move speed problems, right?
Mhm.
Because your goal when you're playing Alistar is to get your E off, like you can combo in, and then you do your little dance around, and you need them to be slowed, or you need you to be fast in order to get your E off, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
glacial page is good, and phase rush page is also good. So whenever you don't go one, you go the other in your secondaries. So in this case, your secondaries should be Nimbus Cloak and Celerity, which are the two like they're in the sorcery tree and they're going to make you go faster after using your Hex Flash and your Flash, so that you can get your E off, right? And the
Mm.
glacial page is saying like I just want other people to be slow. I don't want to necessarily be fast. I'm a big fan of the opposite, the phase rush. I feel like you can like
Yeah.
uh, achieve a lot more when you're a lot faster. But it's usually one or the other. And then that third rune that you have there, approach velocity. I think Cosmic Insight is a lot better if you go that the blue tree that we talked about secondary, because your flash is super super important, right? So I'm just
Okay.
gonna do the recommended pages. So Cosmic Insight over approach. And what was the secondaries? Nimbus Cloak and Celerity. Phase Rush main page. Also really good. All right. Now let's go. You can hit play and let's see. Let's take a look at your lane phase.
All right. I'm going a little fast here.
Yep. Yeah, get to where you deploy. Ring the bell. Very good. Love that. Yep. I kind of like what you're doing here. Now you can go like one time speed. Your overall plan in this lane should be to concede pressure level 1, just because Corky Braum, they beat you in trade. Alistar level 1 is historically really, really bad. So try to just conserve HP and just get the last hits that you can, but then they're going to be able to hit level 2 first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Pretty solid trading. I don't love that we used both of our wards in the bushes. I think one of you should, but again, that's like a comp. This is a competitive game, you said?
Yeah, this was a tryout.
Gotcha. So if I'm giving level 2, the ward that is in the right hand bush, closest to your tower, is usually
Yeah.
better. It's usually better just to mitigate harass, because if Corky gets in that bush and starts to auto trade you guys and hiding in the bush, it can cost you guys a lot of HP. And the middle bush suggests you're kind of contesting for level 2, which you kind of aren't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So pause right there. Actually, go back like 15 seconds, and then pause when Corky goes. He Valkyries in on top of your head, and I just want to talk to you about an opportunity there. So pause right there. So this is kind of a once in a million situation, because I would never expect a Corky to do this.
Mhm.
But in this exact moment, once you hit level 2, you can actually trade flashes with Corky. So you would Q flash and then walk behind him and then W him into your tower. And he has to flash in response.
Yeah. So I try to do that here. You're gonna laugh at it when you get there, but
Okay.
yeah, I know. I saw it as you were talking earlier.
Okay. Just go manual camera.
Manual.
Is it an option there? Oh, it's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and then you can just move it around whenever you need to. Okay, so that was a missed opportunity, but again, you don't have to capitalize on every single opportunity. You just have to get some of the good ones.
Yeah. The lane phase was really hard. Um, I think I entered a couple times on the lane phase. I think I wanted to fight a lot and keep forgetting that Corky's strong and they have a Braum.
Yeah, Corkies early game will almost always beat the shit out of your guys' early game, so this is gonna hurt. Okay, not
Yeah,
the
that
end of
hurt.
the world. You'll heal it up, just chug the potions and whatnot. But then you just want to tell your jungler, like, hey guys, we are down priority. We won't be able to help you on the bot scuttle. So this is something you definitely want to call off, right? I think you do, but in general,
Like, yeah. Don't go there because we can't go. We can't.
yeah, because Kaisa's locked into a job and Corky's free.
See, I tried it and I couldn't get him back behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to go back a little bit so you can see it. Like I
yeah.
tried, but I think I should have gotten a little closer for my flash and I would have been able to get it.
I think even still, it's pretty ambitious because um, the Corky has dash, right? So the reason I said level
Yeah,
2 that you could is because he W'd on top of your head. But in this case, like you're gonna burn your flash for his W and barrier probably. You can never get kill here because you have exhaust, right?
yeah.
So I see the attempt. I don't like the overall like planning. I think you're feeling a little bit pressured to do something when I don't think you should. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yep. I agree.
So I'll just make a mental note of that and sort of like observe what we achieve in this game. Because your comp like identity is very focused towards your top side. So you want your bot lane to be quiet. Nothing crazy going on down here.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because you
So
picked carries everywhere
I
else.
go because I wanted to roam. I think this is too far of a roam for me because I was gonna go top, and then I end up just coming right back around, looking mid, and I get this.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Just look to punish that guy. Yeah, that was really good. Pan the camera bottom. Uh,
He
okay.
said his lane was gonna be fucked.
Go back 15 seconds. I just want to see if he's right. Yeah, it's pretty rough if Corky doesn't push. It's a little rough, but you got the payoff. Like it was a good roam in the sense that you got something, but it is going to cost something,
Yeah.
which in some games is fine.
And I put out that this support constantly goes very, very far without help.
Okay,
So I made it aware to them because he did it 2 games in a row. Oh, sorry.
you're good.
So we just chilling, honestly. I I, I gotta stop giving uh pinks for free. Like I knew they were there, so I should have just waited till they got into lane, right?
Um, yes, but I think even just still like holding the pink, unless you guys think you're ready to fight, is probably better. Like hold tab. What are the items like right now? The items are close. If you guys think you could have gotten a fight off with like Wukong's end of path, you could pink that bush. I just think, yeah, like just do it at a timing that you can defend the pink.
I wanted to go for a small trade.
Yep, not bad. Okay,
Then I'll go a little faster. You want me to go a little faster here?
sure. Yep. There's a big point of conflict coming up. Like there's a bunch of bodies that are gonna fall.
Yeah. Okay, so I try to go for engage here because
Because Brom
I
got the
told
face off.
Brom, yeah, but Corky hit him so hard.
And you know what this is? This is actually a very important point. Exhaust is a very expensive summoner spell to go because it's at the cost of this exact situation, what you're sort of showing me. You guys won that based off Brob fully recalling and kind of trolling, but you almost didn't even win that, right? He almost won, the Corki
Yeah.
almost 1v2'd you. I'd say the only two summoner spells that you should consider on support right now are heal and ignite in
Okay.
general, because I'm trying to get you to build habits that are gonna carry you through elos. And I think exhaust is so niche. There's a lot of times exhaust doesn't have a lot of value. So in this game, you can exhaust Asol, you can exhaust Corky, and you can exhaust Shyvana, right? You can't really exhaust Darius because his damage is coming in the form of true damage for the most part, right? So it doesn't affect true damage. But in general,
Okay.
if you want to play to win your lane, and I think a lot of games you should enter the lane phase like, if my opponents make mistakes, I want to be equipped to punish that, right?
Yeah.
Exhaust prevents you from being able to do that in a big way, right? Because you don't
Yeah.
have the numbers on your side anymore. So especially when you have a losing AD matchup, like Corki has a lot more options than Kaisa early, and then Braum is decent into Alistar as well. So you don't have any champion advantages. You have okay item advantages right now, but Corki's early game is just so strong. it's going to be hard for you guys to get much done. So that ignite is going to change that conversation, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll make that a note. And the reason I mentioned that as an important point, and I'm actually just going to look it up for my own reference. I think Exhaust has a longer cooldown, but I could be wrong. I'm just double checking. Ignite is 180. That's 3 minutes. And Exhaust is 240. That's 4 minutes, right? And then heal is 240. So the defensive ones are 4 minutes, and the ignite is only 3 minutes, right?
Okay.
So it just gives you a lot more aggressive options. Let's look. I'm just making a note real quick. Let's look at ignite and heal as our two best summoner spell options. Okay, we can keep going.
Roger.
So there's a good heads up play. You're just not very equipped to actually like do a lot of heads up plays, right? With the setup you've got. Setup you've got says, I'm just gonna chill, we're gonna do nothing bottom, and we're gonna scale. And I don't love that setup, right? I like you to be able to punish your opponent's mistakes.
Yeah. So we come back. I think it's just a chilling type thing.
Mhm.
It was the same concept I was going for here. I initially called for jungle to be here to fight. I wanted to fight on Braum when he goes for this ward because he keeps, warding up with
Right.
no support.
Okay.
But jungle stopped at his camp. I think it was. Let me see. Yeah, he did stop at his camps. I initially wanted him here when I got there, like right now,
I see.
and we would have been able to get Braum. But
Okay.
he didn't come, so I saw this opportunity and I wanted to go for it. But I think the wave fucked me, and he had E going.
Press pause. I think there's a lot that we can unpack here. Click on your own champion. Click on Alistar real quick. So I think you're level 6 after this wave, right?
Yeah.
Click on Wukong. Wukong is a very, very, very ult reliant champion, and he doesn't have ulti, right?
Mm.
And if we pan our camera mid, let's take a look at the mid situation.
My
A
boy is running.
Asol versus Azir. Azir really wants to play in lane, and Asol eventually will have move timers, right?
Yeah.
So Azir is going to want to just keep shoving lane and try to punish when Asol looks for roams, but Asol is known as a bit of a moving champion. Like he has roaming built in the kit in the form of his W, right? So you're at a bit of a disadvantage here. Not only just in the form of like numbers, because like Wukong without ult is pretty not the greatest, right? Pretty trash. Alistar is just about to unlock his ulti, so I see what you're going for. I just think I just kind of asked the question like why? Why is it so important that you punish this Braum warding?
Mm.
What is it going to do for you rather than playing like the slow consistent game? Because you going in, if my Alistar's level 5 and he's flying in saying, go, 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 we can engage, engage. And if we don't know where the enemy jungle is, if the enemy mid can also move, like that sounds kind of suspect, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I do question this play. I see what you're going for. I see it could work out. I just don't see the point because it's not going to get us dragon. There's no dragon available, right? It's going to get a little bit of gold, right? But there's already a lot of promised gold on the field in the form of all those minions, and then Wukong has camps to farm, right?
Okay.
So I
So I
think
could keep in my mind if there's like no objective to play for, I don't really have to do much.
yeah. Like I just think like you can make aggressive plays, but when you're level 5 and 4 and 3/4, don't do anything, right? Like it's not a big deal compared to waiting, especially when you're leveled down, right? Because Braum has ulti and in this clip and you don't, right? So
Yeah.
if it goes sideways, I would definitely point to that as like a key factor here. So I think like so far in the first 9 minutes of gameplay, it looks like you feel very pressured when I think the pressure is maybe not necessarily rational. Like you can play a
Mm,
little bit more patient, and I'm at fault for that too. Myself as a player, I'm incredibly impatient.
yeah. Oh, okay.
So keep playing it
I
out.
get like that.
Because now we're kind of reaching into the enemy team. And whenever you're reaching, you're encouraging other players to show up. And
Mm,
again, Wukong's fighting without ult, like we talked about. So if Siobhan is able to show up and she has ult, it's going to be lights out for you guys. I think you guys probably avoid this just because she's not red bar yet. But that could have gone
yeah.
really, really scary, right? If you die there, that's like really trash for your Kaisa because she's just going to keep bleeding.
Yeah, it was called off by mid.
Yeah.
I
So
remember
it's good
mid
on your mid.
calling
Yeah.
he called ASO moving towards us.
Okay, we flash forward on that thing. Uh, Click on
Yeah.
Kaisa.
So I think common theme is just me overforcing when I
Yeah,
don't need
yeah.
to.
Because if I'm
Okay.
playing the game, if I'm trying to read your thoughts right there, I think there's a world that you guys can kill Corki there. I think there is if Kaisa commits ulti and flash, and even then, it's still risky, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to give Corki the chance to turn and kill you guys 1v2. That would be a disaster. So you're going for a high risk play, and I think it's because you feel very pressured. So we got to look at that psychological feeling that you're going through in these games and
Mm.
learn teach you how to be a little bit patient.
Okay.
Because if you're playing with like Draven or Callista and it's 10 minutes and you haven't got a kill yet, then we might have some issues. But you're playing Kaisa. Kaisa wants to play. Like her first meaningful spike in this game is going to be Q evolve. She needs a full item and then a pickaxe on top of that before she's actually a champion. Right?
Okay.
So you want to play into that strength, or you could be the team that's like, okay, let's get Callista and let's try and fist our opponents in the first 15 minutes. You could do that, but I'd say you should be on Pantheon and your AD carry should be on Callista if you're going to do that, right?
Okay.
Then your behavior makes total sense. But you're playing Alistar Kaisa. Those champions scale insanely hard into the game. Just be patient.
Okay.
You can keep playing it out. They're going to stay.
Yeah, they killed the shit
Yeah,
out of
they get
us.
wiped. I think that's just a habit thing. Try not to use abilities on the wave. Like, don't combo the wave. I don't think it's very
Yeah.
good. If there's any questions or like chances that they could have stopped. Um, but overall, I think that's like generally a small note. I think we put just one extra ward than we needed to there. And the reason I say it's important is because that vision's going to fade, right? So you warded the dragon, you warded the bush. The extra ward in that bush is maybe too much.
Okay.
Holding it is better. Whenever you have, it's similar to like laners looking at health and mana. So when you're healthy, you can stay in lane. When you got wards, you can stay in lane. So in about maybe a minute or a minute and a half, you have to base, and that's not the best feeling compared to just sitting on that extra ward.
Okay.
Because things change, right? So if they clear your vision, you can replace some of it after they've used sweeper or whatever. But so far so good. Just hold tab. I just want to take an account of like what's happening in the game. So your top's winning really hard. Jungle's about even. Mid lane's going good for you, and bot lane is like stable enough. But Quirky's in a great spot. Okay.
Yeah. I think we start to flourish really well after lane phase. Gotta die here again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so go back and let's just look at I think we're just coming to the same conclusion each time, which is
The overforce.
why do we feel so pressured to go in here? So pause right here and look at your vision. So you don't see anything beyond that tri-brush ward that you have, right? So Shyvana could be bot side. She could be in tri-brush right now for all we know. and Corki has a dash, and Corki has summoners, right? So if you
Yeah.
full send it right now, I would actually think that you should full commit, as in if you're going to combo, because Corki has a dash and Corki has ways to trade back onto you, I would full commit and use Kaisa ulti, right? But if
Yeah.
we do that, we're venturing into it's a coin flip. It's a complete coin flip at that point. Because if anyone comes down, it's no longer a good play. It's a terrible play, right? Because you guys can both
Yeah.
die and then you lose a bunch of plates and then the game is like really fucked. So again, it's the same conclusion that we'll come to of just we need to learn how to play patient when we're playing the side of like Kaisa, Alistar, kind of shit like that. All right, you can keep
All
playing.
right.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna commit exhaust there, Kaisa for sure needs to ult in. But again, like it's not a great play. Okay.
Even if Kaisa committed her ult and fall, would we lose that fight?
Yes, because of Shyvana.
Yeah.
If Shyvana is like top side right now, I think you guys can kill Corki and play out. But because I like the way like Braum was deep in your jungle and whatnot. But doing those kind of plays without knowledge is really risky. Comp is much different towards solo queue. Solo queue, you want the chaos and you want a lot of risk and you kind of send it very often. It's like more the more plays you make, the better. In comp, it's kind of the opposite. You're kind of playing two different games. This one's much more organized, and you gotta be very patient.
I think at this point I don't try. I think I try one more time to do it. I think after that I don't do it anymore.
So if we take stock of the mid game, I think now that your Gwen is so strong, I think you should just try to dive the Darius on cooldown.
Okay.
Or you can attack the ASOL, but I think going mid and trying to stare at this Corki is your one point of the map that's losing. I think it's the one point of the map where you can't really do anything as the Alistar. So you want to sit with Kaisa to make sure she can just like farm her wave, and then you go dive
Mhm.
aside and set up a bunch of vision on one side,
Okay.
right? Because
That makes
that's
sense. Yeah.
that's the easy play to
Because
make. Because if you
I'm
yeah
not doing nothing here. I'm just sitting there soaking XP.
yeah, and even
Okay.
still,
Okay.
when you're supervising Kaisa, I can tell by your body language you're thinking of comboing Corki and Braum, right? Even right
Yeah.
now, right? When I think the easiest play, like if you pan camera top, what happens if you just walk behind Darius, right? Just
Oh.
just go hex flash on that guy and just knock him into your Gwen, farm him, and then Gwen gets this tier 2. The game is over, right?
Mm.
Because then Gwen can come to team fight around the third and fourth Drakes, and then she's gonna kind of wipe everyone.
Yeah, because she's hella strong.
This is maybe a small note, like it's not necessarily related to you, but I think this is third Drake spawning right now. Gwen does need to be here.
Yeah.
It's not a moment where she's allowed to side lane. Yeah,
Mm.
if this dragon is alive, yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's third Drake. I think Gwen's strong enough that she needs to like sack one wave and play at this Drake because she's your big token of power that is just kind of your auto win button. She's also better at team fighting than Darius, typically.
Okay.
Because she can frontline with her W and stuff like that. So that's just macro, but in general, yeah, I think you're thinking of the game of like how do I play my lane and how do I play against the bot lane really well. When I think you need to think a little bit wider of like I play defensive around
Mm.
Kaisa, I play offensive around Gwen, or offensive around like with Wukong or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
got it.
Because
Okay.
Alistar's super good at diving side. He doesn't care about towers. But around mid lane, it's super hard for Alistar to do his job because mid lane is filled with just a bunch of escape routes, right? And Corki has a dash and Corki has a Braum. So it's like really hard to do your job mid.
Yeah, I think we end up chilling for a little bit.
Yeah, you can skip ahead whenever you think that there's like not relevant information.
Mm. Okay. There should be a fight coming up this fight. So I move up for this. Oh, this is nasty.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go back. I want to see that combo again. I want to see that entrance. That's a hex slash from you. No, we just roll up. Oh, big flash. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So combined with the Azir Shuffle. Big.
Yeah, Wukong alt with my knockup and Azir shuffle.
And now you guys should get Atacon and send some people mid, hopefully. Someone's going to respond bot. Then maybe no mid.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's fine. This is good.
I think after that play, I think that the game gets a lot better for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think mentally I was more locked in.
So now you want to deploy bot side to set up Dragon. And I think you recognize that. Yep, I really like this. Waves before wards, so sit with Azir till he clears the wave, and then you can walk in and start to place your vision.
I didn't want to stay here because I was more afraid.
Yeah. No, it's correct to play retake here, just as long as you're conscious in doing it, and try to use that terminology with your team, saying like, are we trying to set up first? And because you guys made the top play and took Atacon, you guys playing retake here is definitely appropriate. So just saying, let them get set up, and then we'll bulldoze our way in here. So you combo. Okay, very chaotic fight.
And
Can you press back 30 or 15 seconds for me just before you go in and click yourself?
let's go back a little bit.
Yeah. Just hit that back button one more time and then click Alistar. So you have ulti here. So I think this one's just a bit of a micro from you. Um, you should ult even before you combo in, maybe.
Hmm.
Or combo and then immediately ult. So it's like right here when you go in, I think you take a boatload of damage. And I think this fight's pretty easy. Like right now, you should press R before going in. Or, yeah, because you got canceled. Okay, so that's a little bit rough. Um,
'Cause I was trying to press R during my engage.
yeah. I totally understand. So I think this is one where you can look at that and say, was there anything I could have done? Or did I just get outplayed? I think it's a bit of both. I think there's
Okay.
a world that you press R before going in, just because you don't see what's in the bush and you think there's probably because there's like Braum ult that could cancel you, Aesol ult that could cancel you, and Darius pull. So like there's enough in there that maybe just get in the habit of like if I don't know, let's just ult before going in because then you buy a lot more time
Okay. Okay.
because this fight's
Okay.
pretty close and you could have done a lot more in this fight if you got your ult off. But I see why.
I think they played this pretty bad here, though.
Your
Like my
team?
team. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
that's
what
really
happens.
rough what the Kai'Sa's doing. You guys should just okay. uh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was weird. Because obviously you want to play together and you want to use your summoner spells. So I think that was a hard 2v1 for Aesol. Can you go back to all vision just so we can see what's going on?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're good. Because I think Aesol took the dragon with Brahm's help and then they slunk out of there. So they got Soul. So you need to itemize anti-heal, which is all good. You guys are still in a good spot to win the game. You can skip ahead a little bit to the next like sequence where they play around Baron.
With this group in particular, I wasn't asking them to come ward with me, so I would uh I would just follow jungle and ward on his side.
Um, I would maybe look at that a little bit because you're not really thinking about the map. You're just thinking like, I'm just going to follow you and you can make the right decision for us. Right. And I think
Yeah.
the game's too hard for putting all that responsibility on one player. So here, if you go back before this fight, this was a really good fight from you guys, by the way. I'll commend you for that. I think you played it well. But go back even further to where you deploy from base. A little bit further,
Base.
a little bit further, yeah. So right here, so you have to go left side here because of Baron. There's no value in bot side vision unless you're planning to maybe dive Darius, which is again you're trading a Darius dive for Baron, which is trash, right? So
Mm.
you have to hug your Kaisa here, get your Wukong there, and try to get vision on Baron. The wording that you just did there was just you don't think it means a whole lot, but it does. It makes a really big difference. Just the fact that you wasted like 5 seconds going right side instead of left side, right? So
Yeah.
as the support,
Okay.
you have more free time to think about map state and what's important. And when the dragon's down, there's only one side of the map that's worth playing for.
Okay. Yeah, because I had to ask a couple times to go in, and jungler was just like opposite of me all the time.
Right. That's definitely a layer of it, but I think Alistar, there's some level of warding you can do by yourself,
Yeah.
right? And if you lose your ult or you lose a flash like here and there, like one game, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Whereas giving Baron in this game could have been the difference maker, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Think we have another sequence coming up soon. Oh, she dies.
Gwen goes down and there's no cross map. It kind of sucks. We lose an inhib, which is totally fine. Yeah, so them sneaking this Baron actually did impact the game a lot. It brought the game closer and closer. Hold tab. I just want to see if anyone bought anti-heal to see if you guys are thinking about that. Azir has it. And that's it.
Yeah.
I think your next item should be Oblivion Orb. That's just
The
my
OB
thinking.
over what you call it, right? Because
Yeah, you don't want to
auto
go.
attacks.
Yeah, exactly. So the enemy team's not going to be focusing you, so going Bramble doesn't really make sense.
Hmm.
And you do magic damage, so whenever and your shit's AOE, so whenever you can get Oblivion Orb.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
I think about that on like every engaged support. So like Nautilus needs anti heal, it's always Oblivion Orb. It's not the Thornmail side of things, right?
Yeah. Oh, this fight.
Okay, let's see what you're doing here. Holy shit, this is a mess. But you guys are
Yeah.
thriving. Like, good job. Yeah.
It was the fight, like going into this fight, I wanted to go through mid lane because we didn't have wards.
Yeah, your Kai'Sa's wandering. That's really troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big blunder by Kai'Sa there because now she's out of the fight. You guys are lucky to get away with that. Kai'Sa should have just gotten like one tapped and then the game's a lot harder.
Yeah, I think the Azir saved the play there.
Yeah, you guys are so scaled that it's really hard for them to win. They have like a really useless Darius. Like I don't know how he plays this game. There's too much disruption and bullshit in your comp. I love it.
Too much to shot. Let me see. Next is we're starting to end. I got chunked so much. Holy shit.
Go back 15 and just I just want to see you taking the chunk. So we combo and then we get pushed, and then we flash, and then ow. Okay.
That
Not
shit
the end of the
hurt.
world.
I
Yeah.
think we do Baron here. Oh, that vision of it too. I don't know they have vision.
Yeah, use zoning is really good, but yeah, try to get in the habit. Your whole team should try to like someone should buy a pink for the pit and someone should buy a pink for that bush that you were standing in. It's a really easy way to turn. And then I think you guys are just smacking them with your wallets and your better team comp.
What's your wallets?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So I think we covered a lot. Let's just make some closing notes and then we can call it a session.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll stream my side just so you can help me make the notes, so that we can agree on what's going on. Okay, there we go. So, all right, so you can see my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the runes. So the two rune pages, the phase rust page and the glacial page. Do you know what I'm talking about, or do you want me to go through it?
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
know. I know which one
Okay.
you're talking about.
Cool. So the secondaries are important, just because they give Alistar that necessary boost to get his E off, which is a lot of his value. If we want to create chaos and action in the game, we want to be going ignite, If we want to mitigate pressure and we want to like have a slow controlled game, heal is our best option. I've even seen this applicable to Alistar. Like there's pro players that will go heal on Alistar. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve, right?
Mhm.
So if you look at Corky Braum and you're like, damn, they're like all in on lane and I really just need to survive, going heal is okay. But if you're gonna make the plays that you made, going ignite is necessary, right? And
Okay.
then so I'm gonna put this in all caps. So a big theme with our early game, we'll call it like mistakes, come from us feeling very pressured to create action when it's not necessary. So I think you need to come up with a checklist in your head to go through before you engage on players. So I'm Alistar. I'm playing the lane out. Should I take an aggressive stance in this lane? As in, I'm looking for combo, I'm looking for mistakes, I'm going to try and initiate trades. Is the jungler going to come into my lane? Does my mid laner have the ability to prevent the guy from moving on me? Right? Try to answer some of these questions, and you'll come up with the answer is going to be I'm playing more consistently, and we want that, right? Because
Okay.
you played the mid. I think you played the mid late game pretty well. I think you really created some bad situations for your Kaisa in the early game. I
I
think there
did,
was a
yeah.
ton of just unnecessary risks we're forcing when we don't need to. And it's not even a winning situation. So the bells need to go off in your head of, is it necessary for me to fly in as Alistar level 5, or is it okay just to wait till level 6? Do I have to make this play to punish the Braum that's warding, or can I just chill, right?
Yeah.
And it all has to
Okay.
do with the champs that you're playing. Like Alistar is perfectly fine just getting through the early game and thriving in that mid late game. But if you're going to play Pantheon, you're going to play Draven and Callista, then you need to think about what you were doing, right? Because then it's much more appropriate.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Is there anything else we should be marking down as notes? I know there's not that many notes. It's easier for me to like
Oh,
go
let
in
me
and out of
see.
the VOD, but this is a little different.
No, but the pressure the feeling pressured that I had to do something was a big thing.
Yeah, so
And I
I'll
stopped
make
over forcing.
a note just because it was helpful for me to differentiate. So in solo queue, we want the chaos, and we want to be forcing many plays. In competitive, it's much more organized. One successful play is better than 3 risky plays. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Any other? Oh yeah. You wanted to ask me about like solo queue or something to do with like mentality.
Mm. Yeah. So if you look at my account, I'm
Let's
currently
pull it up. Let me go PUBG.
you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
Oh, I have some stuff to show you then if you think I'm gonna laugh.
Mm, mm.
167. Okay. Where are we at? Solo queue. So we're all over the place. We're playing different roles.
That's tilt Q at that point.
Okay. And we're feeling lost in the solo queue. Is that right?
Yeah, very.
Okay. Do you want me to just tackle it and say like this is what you need to do, or do you want to
Yeah.
on like what are your general feelings in your
Um.
games?
So okay, like when I play my main champions, I am chilling.
Yep.
I'm doing well in lane. Um, a common theme I notice about myself, and this is just like self-reflection after like playing on a different account and shit like that, is that once I get out of lane phase and I do amazing, and I see that my top is like 0 and 5, I kind of try to help, and it always ends up bad.
I see. I thought you were going to
So,
say
and
the
I think,
opposite of you want to try to FF.
oh no, I really don't try to FF. Like I've been
Yeah.
really good at not FFing anymore because there's a couple
Okay.
games that I did play where we were behind and we turned it around, just being resilient, you know?
Okay.
So I
Um,
think there's a couple games that I had that it's either top, mid, or that are just like inting.
so you're trying to
And
help
we,
the inters, and it's going worse for you.
yeah,
So let's just write down a couple of things that we observe. So in solo queue, we only need one or two strong slash competent. I'll learn how to spell that word one day. Confident teammates in order to win. And this is true, right? Can you agree with this statement?
yeah, yeah.
So we don't need everyone to be strong. We don't need everyone to be smart. So let's try and find our best players that will lead us to the Nexus and play strongly around them. And then the phrase I like to use is let the drowners drown. So the analogy is you're on a boat and somebody's drowning outside the boat. Do you extend your arm and the guy's going to pull him down with you? Or do you cut your losses, right?
Cut my
When you
losses,
say
huh?
that guy's going to drown, we just got to let him drown and we're going to focus on the ship staying afloat, right?
Yeah.
Because in order to get a Nexus, you just need one or two players to play off of. They're gonna kill the enemy team. You're gonna set up for them. You're gonna ward for them. You're gonna help them achieve their win condition, and then you're gonna get the Nexus. Versus
Yeah.
if you're trying to keep all five parties happy and invested and trying their best, and then you're trying to get the Nexus, that's usually a lot harder over a long sample size, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's just like a rule of thumb. Let's try and play for ourselves slash our best teammates. And then the champ pool thing, discussion slash what do we call this? Let's say tough love.
Yeah.
Do I want to be the gold player that can play 20 champs, or do I want to get plat and emerald, known and feared as the guy that will always perform on 3 champs.
Mind you, this drop has been a drop that went from Emerald 3.
Okay, you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's name is Jordan Bot. Uh, he used to be here. This was at the peak of this season, right? And look where he is now. So if we go to rank solo duo, look at the look at the slide, brother. I need you to witness this with me because look at how painful this is. I go through the same thing you do where I'm just locking in every champion in the book and I'm trying to find the next like big winning champion. I'm on a journey as well, and I can't say I'm playing super good League of Legends either, right?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
feel
all
you.
it's all a process. It's all a journey. We all fight our inner demons. It's universal, right? So I have to look at my stats and I have to go, do I want to be the guy that plays 50 different champs, right? Or am
Yeah.
I okay being the Nautilus one trick with a good enough win rate to climb with, right? Stuff like
Okay.
this. So you really have to just self-reflect and answer that question because this is true to the bone. Like the rank system does not lie. And right now, unfortunately, because you're locking in so many different champions, you're not thinking about League of Legends. You're thinking about how do I play this champion? How do I play this champion? And you're hitting the reset button each game. You're not building muscle memory by playing because you're playing hockey, and then tomorrow you're playing baseball, right? And while there's some universal things that are like, oh, like a hockey player can be good at baseball for XYZ reasons, they're completely different sports, right? So you playing Jarvan jungle versus playing Nautilus support, those your mind is so heavily strained based on what does my champion do? What are my engage ranges? What are my spikes? And they're changing every game. So try to cut down on those variables and just get good at 3 champs, right? And just promise like stick to it and just say I'm playing just these three champs, just write them down on a piece of paper and make sure there's not a fourth, and only play, like go into champ select, I'm only picking these three champs, right? You can use the favorites tab on the in the client or whatever, but do not go outside of that if you want to climb, right?
Okay.
Again, it comes down to what makes you have enjoyment in the game. If you like playing different characters, if you like playing different roles, if you're having fun, maybe normals is better, maybe ARAMs is better. But if you want to climb ranked solo duo, try to treat every game as sacred. I'm going to make sure I put my all out on the Rift, and over a long sample size, you'll start to climb.
Okay. I think the champions that I did, cause it's funny that you were saying the three champs, cause the other day I had decided instead of like going all around, I decided to pick three that I really, really enjoy,
Mhm.
and they're Nautilus. Um, there's Nautilus, Bard, and I think and Tom Kench. I like Tom Kench, but I don't know if I want to play him in solo queue.
Yeah. Okay. So these can change. It's better if you have like you swap one out at a time. So if you have a three champion pool, that's my size, right? And you have Nautilus Bard, and you're actively practicing Nautilus Bard like multiple times a week. That third champion swapping out is okay, right? But it's when you swap out all three and then you don't come back and stuff like this. It's really hard to get momentum, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so I think for now I'm just gonna stick to the Bard Nautilus because I really enjoy playing Bard and I love
he's
playing
fun, eh? He's
Nautilus.
super fun. Super fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. The chimes is like dopamine. Just
yeah,
picking it up. Um,
and I like playing the electrocute version.
yeah, yeah, he's really fun. I will say stick to the program because it does work. There's another guy that I coach. His name's Lagamer, and he's in the stream all the time, and he's insane. He's in Iron, and he's insanely dedicated to Seraphine, and he's like showing so much promise on Seraphine. When I see the last time I did a session on Seraphine, I can actually tell the difference of him implementing the stuff that we worked on last time, and then we can find new stuff to work on. So it's like really fun when you see that kind of like progression of like you're
Mm.
not you have the building blocks and you're putting those sort of habits behind you. So in your next coming games, even if it's not on Alistar, even if it's not in competitive, try to think in your head, is this a time that I should feel pressured to go in? Right? Just challenge that attribute about yourself where you feel pressured to make things happen. Right?
Okay.
Instead of doing three plays, let's do one really, really good one.
All right. Sounds good. I think I think this was good. I think I needed the review and the talk because I've been like out of it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm here anytime you want to sort of realign your journey, and I wish you the best of luck.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you so much. Oh wait, I got to report feedback. I like it. I like to see those.
All right, buddy. I will
All right,
talk
man.
to you later.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep. Bye bye.